the hour. You made the promise of love. Blinked twice and you were 29, singing lullabies. And I looked up at you for the first time. Words fall short, that I am sure there'll never be anyone like you. You're strong like your father, even when you were scared. When I was in trouble, you never left me there. And you love like your mother, like there's nothing to lose. You're an unsung hero, so I'll sing this song for you. Woke up, I was 21, and I fell in love. Remember how I told you that I'd search the world, and I found the girl, and oh, how she reminds me of you. You're strong like your father, even when you were scared. When I was in trouble, you never left me there. And you love like your mother, like there's nothing to lose. You're an unsung hero, so I'll sing this song for you.
Tell me about a Springfield employee who has been an unsung hero in your life, a superhero at Springfield for you, and has just gone the extra mile.
The unsung hero in my Springfield career would be Nurse Vicky, because even if I was just having a bad day and I wasn't actually sick, she would let me come and hang out with her and just take a mental break. And she always has a smile on her face and always encourages me. Miss Bryan always made us laugh and didn't get too upset with us when we didn't do our homework. And she made math fun, which doesn't happen a lot, so thanks, Miss Bryan.
I would say a custodian that had a difference in my life is Miss Terry. She worked a lot with our drama program, and she was always saying hi to everyone in the hallway. She's always so positive, and she's always just the realest, and she's so fun to talk to. And Miss Stacy at the middle school, she's a secretary. She literally always made me laugh every time I went in there. She's so sweet, and just the way that she presents herself to everyone makes everyone else happy. Teacher, I would say, is Miss War. Miss War has become literally a friend to me. Like, I found a friend in her teaching, and she's so positive, she's so kind.
Another teacher that has really just kind of stuck with me in the back of my mind is Miss Belak. I had her as my first grade teacher. She probably is what got me started of actually liking school and looking forward to come, because her class is always so fun, and again, she was kind of like a friend to me, and I got to sit at her desk all the time, kind of be a teacher's pet, but it's okay.
Mr. Cunningham, he takes us to literally all of our sporting events. He's always letting us listen to music. He's always giving us fist bumps and saying good luck, and when I see him in the hallway, he gives me a hug, and he's just so sweet.
The hero that has been a superhero in your life, or someone who has made a difference.
I would like to say the bus driver, Mr. C. He's made a huge impact on me all my 4 years. He's been the bus driver for all our sports. My freshman year when I rode the bus. When I get on the bus for sports, he's always so welcoming and nice. And even when we come back from the bus after a bad game, he's always so nice and encouraging and comforting. I'd like to say Mr. Linehan. He's done a lot for me lately. He's helped me write my college recommendation letters, which have worked. He's also been a bus driver, and he's a math teacher. Okay. Which is my math. And I love him. Coach A, or Mr. Arredondo. He always pushes me to do better or work harder, even if I don't want to. But he always pushes me. He's always motivating. He's always has good advice for me. Also helped me write some recommendation letters, and he's my go-to teacher.
I definitely think Mr. Speck definitely changed my outlook on high school, because freshman and sophomore year, I was just already kind of through it with it, and going into his cooking class was for the entirety of junior year, and then most of my senior year, like I really started to appreciate and enjoy high school more. Mrs. Vogt as well, I definitely like to shout her out as well, because like she just made history fun. She made the class fun. I always appreciated her. And even when I had a student aid that I didn't even think that I wanted to do, I went to her class, and I was glad to be her student aid. My kindergarten teacher at Holloway. It's mainly because I remember that I wasn't the greatest kid, but yet she'd always still deal with me, and she'd always still show that she liked that I was there. And even when I did my senior walk, she was still there at Holloway, and she took a picture with all of our kindergarten kids that were still here with us.
Mr. P.
Okay.
He helped us. He helped me and the other band seniors march really well. He made me smile.
One of the teachers that was my 4th grade teacher was Miss Melissa Herzl. She's always been there for me. We keep in touch all the way now until I'm a senior. And even with the senior walk yesterday, she was still first to point us out and see us and everything. And we went and talked to her after, but she's one of the most caring teachers that I could ever imagine. And even just staying in touch till today when I'm about to graduate is just crazy. And she's always there for everybody, and she makes sure that you best school experience ever. Shu, the bus driver, for always taking us to our softball games and always letting us have fun on the bus and make sure that we have a good time and that we get from our place.
I would definitely have to say Miss McCarver here at Springfield High School. She's one of our counselors here, and she's actually followed the class of 2024 since we were freshmen all the way up. And a lot of people usually think of teachers or someone that they see every day, but at the end of the day, our everyday lives are impacted by Miss McCarver through scheduling, emotional support, things like that, and we really wouldn't have made it to this point without her. Teachers, Mr. Abel and Miss Collier. Before, I'd never taken an art class since 5th grade, and then senior year, I decided I was going to do it again and give it a shot. I ended up falling in love with it, falling in love with the people, and having a really good connection with both of them. Middle school, I would have to say Mrs. Hannah. She wasn't actually one of my teachers, but through track and cross country, I really got to know her. And she really believed in all of us and just showed that no matter who you are, what your background is, you can come and you're part of the Springfield family.
Yeah, Miss Terry, she's custodian, works with the drama club for costumes especially. Throughout the day, she's working very hard, and she's very nice. Yeah, I feel like she deserves more appreciation. Mr. Machukas.
Mr. Machukas?
Yeah. He's very passionate about his job. He's an amazing teacher, like, in general. And, yeah, he's very chill.
I'd definitely say Coach Arredondo. As you know, you could ask around any of the, say, athletes, football players, or just even students that have had him for junior year English or creative writing. He's seen as a father figure to all of us. He pushes us to strive to be better athletes, students, and so much more. And without Coach A, I don't think I would have had such an amazing high school experience. He's truly made an impact on me as well as my family, and I'll never forget the bond we've made during these past 4 years. I'd say my kindergarten teacher, Miss at the time, we were her first class.
Okay.
So recently when we went back to see her for the senior walk, she just got to talk to all of us, and we talked over the memories we spent together.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to be very attached with my mother, so I remember crying all the time, and she was always there to comfort me and also be a mother figure when I was very young. So having her was amazing. And I'd say Sherry Kovac, the amazing woman right behind you. She's always believed in me since my freshman year, wrote me letters, just having someone like that as an outlet to talk to, as well as the support, truly meant a lot for me. And what she's done for me in this community, we can all recognize her as such an amazing person, and we all love Sherry Go Back.
3 names come to mind. I would say Mrs. Crego, Mr. Arredondo, and then Mrs. Neal. I'm actually going to college to become a teacher, so those have been 3 people who have really inspired me to step into that role. And then somebody who I don't think would get mentioned much, but has really just been a positive impact his name's Jamie. He was our equipment manager for football. He was just always super positive and really made all those games and practices and tough losses just better. So Mr. Arredondo, he has had all my siblings. I had 2 other people who graduated from my family here. So he's just really been like a father figure, and he's one of those teachers where you can pretty much just go to him for anything. I mean, yeah, just really cares about his students, has a deep connection with a lot of them, and I was never afraid to ask a question in his class.
And who's made a difference in your career here?
Okay, so first of all, I have to shout out Queen Abel, Mr. Abel. He's like my favorite teacher ever. He makes my day every day. We're like this. It's really fun to be around. Like, not only have I had him in class, but I've also had him for like esports. He's just so fun to be around. And then Mr. Arredondo. I love Mr. Arredondo. He makes every senior English class, every junior English class fun. And then I had him for creative writing this year. He's just such a fun teacher. I gotta shout out Miss Terry too. She's one of the custodians here, but she also, she spends her days at this school, and she works with the theater program as well. And so there's days where she's here right in the morning, and she's here all the way until 11 p.m. at night. And she just makes my day every day. You say hi, Miss Harry, and she's like, hey, sunshine. And like, I love her. She's just so sweet, you know, like she's the kind of person that you just really got to appreciate because she's just so nice there.
I think Mr. Howe has made a really big difference to my learning, helped me become a better person.
That's good.
His class is so fun. I took his Calc BC class this past year. I just took the AP test a few days ago. And I think that he really values our learning, our education, but also values us as people. Like for me, I'm very spiritual, and he helped me with my spiritual journey. He also has great laughs in his class all the time. Good stories. I always have a smile on my face every single time I get into his class. I'm always excited to learn. He always shares about what he's going through and how we can be better people through that. And I think that with him, I could not have been where I am right now. So thank you, Mr. Howe.
My favorite staff member is the lunch lady that sings. She has good energy and she's just an enjoyable person.
I would have to say Miss Prego. Not only was she my teacher, she's also my assistant varsity coach the past 3 years. She's been a very big impact on my life, not only with school, but with volleyball. She's never failed to put a smile on my face. To say Mr. Linehan, he's made me like the subject math. I wasn't always as good at it, but once I got into his class my sophomore year, I realized I can be good at math with a good teacher, so I'm very thankful.
I would say Miss Collier. She's always been there for me all my 4 years, and she's seen me grow. I know I can trust her with anything I tell her, and she would always give me good advice, and she always sees the best in me even when I don't. Miss Saunders, she inspired me to be a teacher, so she's always been there for me too.
A big influence for me in education, I've had her my freshman year, is Senora Neal. She's just been a great woman. She's gone above and beyond what normal teachers typically do. She took extra time to tutor me. Her positivity throughout her classroom has just been great. She's just kind of been like that mother figure at school, and I think that the school hit gold when they hired her, and she's just an amazing woman to me and a whole bunch of other classmates. I have to say Miss Altman, great woman. She has a really big drive for being a teacher. She wakes up like way before school in the morning to work out, which I think is crazy, and she's just got a super positive attitude and comes to work with a smile.
Yeah, I remember I had her for first period in 8th grade, and she just brought so much energy and positivity to her classroom, and she would use any resource possible to make her students want to learn more.